At the dawn of the Ice Age, large mammals roamed the Earth in vast numbers. They enjoyed an abundant food supply and a world without boundaries. But by the end of the Ice Age, only 10,000 years ago, many great mammals had died out. The woolly mammoth, the dire wolf, the saber-tooth cat, and others disappeared as a result of severe climatic changes that engulfed the planet. And yet other animals persevered. Today, they go on in dwindling numbers as the last of the Ice Age survivors. Throughout the past 2.5 million years, the Earth has been gripped by several periods of extreme cold. During the most recent, which ended only 6,000 years before the rise of the Egyptian civilization, about a third of the Earth's surface was covered in ice. We call this the Ice Age. The Ice Age was the result of a combination of factors. The Earth's elliptical orbit had reached its farthest point from the Sun, an occurrence which happens about every 100,000 years. The added distance prevented the Sun's warming rays from melting the snow in summer. Snow began to accumulate, and over centuries, glaciers began to form. When they became big enough, they started to move. The enormous ice sheets that descended upon Canada and the northern United States are thought to have been as much as 2 miles thick. As they moved, they forced animals to move further and further south to survive. New York City would have been almost completely buried in ice. Most of North America's large mammals adapted to the extreme conditions, but they still face severe challenges in their struggle to survive. Horses of the Ice Age shared most of the same characteristics as today's horses. They digest their food in a way that enables them to live on relatively low-quality food, like grass, which has few nutrients. But they must eat large quantities to maintain their strength, and in winter, grass can be hard to find. At the end of the Ice Age, when the glaciers retreated and the climate changed, the native horses of North America vanished from the continent. But horses survived in Europe, and these in America today are their descendants, brought by the Spaniards during the colonization of the New World. They now carry the lineage of the great herds of wild horses that once roamed this land. Bison are among North America's most rugged and enduring large mammals. During the Ice Age, they adopted long hair for insulation against the bitter cold. But even today, many die each winter. Here in places like Yellowstone National Park, bison endure as they have for millions of years. During the Ice Age, there were several species of bison, one of which had horns that measured 7 feet from tip to tip and weighed almost 2,200 pounds. The horn is thought to have been ornamental, and today's bison horns are less impressive, at about 1.5 feet across. But today's bison have maintained most of their bulk, a feature which has its advantages. Large animals have a greater density that enables them to retain heat better than smaller animals. Another element of bison's success is their ability to find food in winter. A massive head makes a good plow for burrowing under the snow. And once uncovered, grassy patches are closely guarded. Bison originated in Eurasia and were among the last animals to cross into North America over the Bering Land Bridge that once linked Siberia and Alaska. Their success here was remarkable, at one time numbering 40 to 60 million. Rivers create their own microclimate. The flowing water can often be warmer than the air, allowing grass to grow along its mossy banks. The bison survived the Ice Age. Millions were killed during the 19th century expansion into the American West. The descendants of those who survived are but a mere fraction of the millions that once roamed this land. The ancestry of dogs can be traced back in North America more than 30 million years. One of the most enduring and recognizable members of the dog family is the coyote. Today's coyotes appear much the same as they did during the Ice Age, and have changed little over time. For the most part, they are opportunists, relying on small prey and carrion when available. But as during the Ice Age, when there's large game around, they form loosely organized hunting packs. Feeding order is determined through displays of dominance and submission. The alpha male of the group usually eats first, but because coyote packs are loosely organized, other members will try for anything they can get. Predators like the coyote help to maintain balance in the natural world. Each death permits the survival of another animal. Rivals often attempt to take over a kill, so this pack must constantly be on guard. Though this advance seems aggressive, it is actually a submissive posture, recognizable by the arched back and tail held between the legs. He sizes up his chances before taking any overt action. Today, as it was 10,000 years ago, the coyote's staple diet is mice. Blanketed with snow, Mice can be hard to catch. But sensitive ears detect even the slightest movement. Opportunities for food are few and far between in winter, and anything that moves is investigated. But these otters have their escape routes carefully planned, and the coyote can do little to catch them. Though the hardships of the Ice Age are past, the endless search for prey continues, often ending in frustration. North American elk migrated here in great numbers during the Ice Age. They are descendants of a Eurasian lineage that at one time included a giant elk with antlers that spanned over 10 feet. After the Ice Age, when warming climates caused other large herbivores to die out, elk expanded their range in North America and at one point numbered over 10 million, a population second only to the great bison herds. During the summer, males are mainly solitary. But in winter, they maintain bachelor groups whose members vary from day to day. In order to attract cows and defeat rival bulls, an elk must become large and powerful. The elk's antlers reflect this and are used as weapons to establish dominance. Though the antlers can cause severe damage, males rarely kill each other, as a fight to the death would expend more energy than it would be worth. Using their hooves to dig beneath a layer of snow, elk feed mainly on grass, shoots, twigs, and leaves. The ability to dig for food in this way was a benefit during the brutal winters of the Ice Age. Elk also feed in riverbeds, where the warm water supports an aquatic pasture. But this bull must remain constantly on the lookout for his age-old nemesis, the wolf and the grizzly bear.